So today I just wanted to read you the introduction to the book I wrote. The book I wrote is called Die Twice, Live Once. And so basically this will just give you a basic summary of what the entire book's about. So here it is. This story is not like any other story in the world. You've probably never heard anything like it before. It's so complex, so intricate, so crazy, you might even find it hard to believe. It seems to start off just like any other book. However, as the story progresses and leads up to the event that occurs in the author's life, it becomes a shockingly intriguing and fascinating story. The author expresses many views and philosophies in the book that many people might consider outlandish or far-fetched. In fact, your first inclination may be to think that it's made up or fiction, but every bit of it's true. It's a story about love, it's a story about God, it's a story about the tumultuous downfall of a person's life that only seems to get worse, but with a happy ending. It's also about life, family, and this idea of second chances. It even touches base at a political standpoint as the author goes into detail how he believes he was drugged, set up, and literally put into a state of hypnosis by a law enforcement agency within the United States government. At one point, the author claims he could have actually died and experienced living in an actual dimension of hell for a prolonged period of time. He believes God used him as bait to set up the government at their own game, a second chance not only for him, but for many others as well. So that's just a basic summary of my book. It's roughly about 300 pages. It's pretty small writing, as you can see as well. So I mean, it's a lot more than I expected. So like I said, that's the summary. So it goes over pretty much the general concept of the book, what I wrote in it. If you watch some of my other YouTube videos, like the targeting and gang stalking video, I go over some of the stuff in there, as well as also targeted in my experience with God, left or right, which I also put on YouTube as well. So those will give you a general idea of the things that I talk about in this book. And again, you know, when you're first reading it, you might think, wow, that is pretty far-fetched. That does sound pretty crazy, right? Like you died and you were drugged, set up, okay, and put into a state of hypnosis by a law enforcement agency. You thought that you died and lived in a prolonged period of time in hell. Whoa, that does sound pretty crazy. But again, I go into detail to all of these things. And again, I believe it had to do with the illegal use of monitoring that actually made this whole thing unfold. Okay? And that's how it started as far as the event that occurred. They try to manipulate one's behavior through using basically unwarranted surveillance, audio and video inside of your house and outside. That's one of the strategies. Anyway, so I go over all that in this book as well. Anyone who has any questions regarding the book, you can email me, or if you're interested in it or you just want to know more about it, at 7youarehere7@gmail.com or at dainsters@hotmail.com. That's DANESTERS@hotmail.com. Talk to you later.